Some content it just sticks with you, right? It's so well put together that it can actually change the way you think. But how does it work? Well, today, we're going to pop the hood on a script that was engineered for maximum persuasive impact. We're not just going to watch it, we're going to dissect the actual blueprint of persuasion itself. So this is the opening line from the script we're analyzing. It's so simple, so relatable, and it's the first gear in this whole persuasion engine. It validates a feeling we've all had, right? It draws you in, gets you nodding your head and agreeing, right before it completely pulls the rug out from under you.
And just to be super clear, we're not really here to solve overthinking today. We're here to understand the architecture that makes a message about it so incredibly effective. We're digging into the how, not just the what. This is a masterclass in the blueprint of communication.
All right, any great piece of content, it lives or dies in those first few moments. This script we're looking at uses its first 45 seconds to build this incredibly powerful hook. So let's break down exactly how it grabs and holds your attention so well.
And boom, there it is. That's the pivot. Right after getting you to agree that overthinking feels smart, the script just completely flips the script on you. It takes that comfortable idea and reframes it as a potential weakness. That contrast, it creates immediate tension and makes you just have to know more.
This technique has a name. It's called disruption. By challenging a belief you're comfortable with, the script forces you to lean in and ask, wait a second, what do you mean by that? It literally shatters your passive viewing and turns you into an active, curious participant. It's a masterclass in commanding attention right from the jump.
And then it gets even smarter. The script layers on this question, which totally personalizes the conflict. Suddenly, it's not just about overthinking anymore. Now it's about smart people who overthink. This targets the audience's identity directly, making them feel seen and creating this powerful urge to get the answer.
And this right here, this is the promise. It's the final piece of the hook. It tells you, the viewer, exactly what you're going to get if you just stick around. And this isn't just a simple promise. It's a very specific storytelling trick designed to make sure you don't go anywhere.
It's called an open loop. See, the human brain it hates unresolved tension. It needs closure. By promising a specific solution at the end, the script creates this psychological itch that you have to scratch. You have to keep watching to find out how to stop overthinking without being reckless. The loop is open, and only the end of the content can close it.
Okay, so with the viewer totally hooked, the script moves into the main body. And it doesn't just throw opinions at you. It builds this logical, three-act argument that's designed to systematically win you over. Let's see how it puts its case together.
First, the script defines the problem both logically and emotionally. This little cycle here shows exactly why overthinking is such a trap. More thinking doesn't lead to more clarity. It just feeds the anxiety. The brilliant insight here is framing the problem not as some personal flaw, but as a broken system, a loop that you're stuck in.
And here we go. This is the script's core insight. It completely reframes the goal. It argues that overthinkers are trying to do something impossible. They're trying to eliminate all uncertainty. But an effective person, they accept that uncertainty is part of the game, and they act anyway. That simple shift in perspective is the key to the entire argument. Okay, next up, the script raises the stakes. By listing out these consequences, it moves from a theoretical problem to one that feels deeply personal. It's basically saying, hey, this isn't just a mental quirk. It's actively damaging your life in these very specific ways. This creates a real sense of urgency and makes you want that solution even more.
And this line, wow, this is the emotional climax of the whole argument. It's such a powerful and memorable way to put it. It frames inaction not as being careful, but as a form of negative self-training. You're teaching yourself that you're weak. That's a deeply motivating idea to fight against. All right, so after defining the problem and making you feel the urgency, the script finally delivers on the promise it made way back in the hook. This is the part where it gives you the actionable payoff, the how-to that you've been waiting for. And it doesn't just offer vague advice, it gives you a system. And here it is, the 3-decision rule. The magic of this system is in its constraints. Step 1 forces you to get crystal clear. Step 2 stops you from getting lost in endless possibilities. And Step 3, well, forces you to actually make a choice. Together, these rules create a practical escape hatch from that endless loop of overthinking. Then the script adds this brilliant tactical tool, the action override rule.
You can think of it like a circuit breaker for your brain. It recognizes that sometimes analysis just becomes a trap, so it gives you a simple trigger, 30 minutes of going in circles, that forces you to take one small physical step and just break the pattern.
And this is it. This is the psychological foundation for the entire system, and it's what closes the loop from the intro. The answer to stopping overthinking isn't more thinking. It's about shifting your focus to doing, because action itself is the antidote to the anxiety that was fueling the whole cycle in the first place.
You know, a great piece of content doesn't just stop. It has to conclude. It has to stick the landing. This final section of the script, the handoff, is designed to make the message unforgettable, reinforce your identity, and build a real connection. Let's break down these final moments.
Man, what a brilliant concluding thought. This isn't just a summary, it's an affirmation. It tells you that strength isn't about not having doubts, it's about having the courage to act in spite of them. This is so empowering, and it aligns the core message with the kind of person you want to become.
So this technique is called identity reinforcement. By framing the solution in the context of becoming a strong person, the script makes its advice feel less like a dry instruction and more like a path to a better version of yourself. And that is incredibly powerful for building a loyal, engaged audience.
And just notice how this call to action is worded. It's not just smash that subscribe button. It's an invitation to join a community with a shared mission. We build mental operating systems here. It sells you on a whole philosophy, which is way more compelling than just asking for a click.
So, when we pull all the way back, the blueprint we've just walked through becomes crystal clear. The most persuasive content tends to follow this pattern. It hooks you with a disruptive idea. It gives you a clear system for change. And finally, it reinforces the identity you aspire to have.
And the script leaves us with this, a simple, powerful choice that summarizes the entire message in just 6 words. It's memorable, it's actionable, and it perfectly captures the choice that the viewer is now empowered to make. And it leaves us with a question, doesn't it? Where else can we spot this powerful blueprint at work?